Hello, and welcome to another Power Packed Phillips podcast, or P to the fourth power. If you guys would, look at that beautiful spiral. I tell you what, the things I do to enhance your podcasts, your learning experience. If you guys would, please grab your spiral that you take your notes in, and we are going to do Lesson 1.7, Part 2 today. We're going to talk about writing a function rule for a graph. So it's going to be Lesson 1.7, Part 2, writing a function rule for a graph. I'm going to remove this in just a second, and I'm going to ask that you copy the graph that's behind this blue box onto a piece of graph paper and staple it into your spiral. So if you would, please grab a piece of graph paper out of the basket, copy this graph, and then staple it in your spiral. Notice that the intervals, the number they count by, are 2's. So you can skip a spot right here if you want to, or you can put 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. If you copy that down, and then we'll get rolling. Alright guys, if you're asked to write a function rule for a graph, step number 1, you can write down in your spiral, we're going to make a table using the ordered pairs. Step 1, we're going to make a table using the ordered pairs. So let's come back up here and take a look at our graph for a second. I'm going to start at 0, the origin. I'm going to go 1 to the right, and I'm going to go up 2. So this would be the ordered pair 1, 2. So over here, I'm going to put 1, 2. All I'm doing is writing the ordered pairs for my dots. Next one, start at the origin, go right 2 and up 3. Right 2 and up 3. So that ordered pair would be 2, 3. Sorry for the sloppiness. We'll write it neater over here. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm going to do when I'm asked to write a function rule for a graph, is I'm going to write down all the ordered pairs. And I've done that over here. Then we should have 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5, 6. So you can either make your table going like this, a T-chart as we've done on the backboard, or you can make your table going sideways like they did in the book. It's up to you, whatever way is easiest for you. This is the table going sideways. This is the table T-chart going up and down. So make sure you have the ordered pairs 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5, 6. Remember, I got them from my points over here. Or if you want to, you can make the table going sideways. My X is my domain, and my Y is the range. Nice vocabulary. Da bears. You know I couldn't go through the podcast without doing that. All right, if you would, write down step number 2. Look for a pattern in the table. Let's look for a pattern in the table. So if I come back up here, I see that 1 plus 1 gives me 2. 2 plus 1 gives me 3. And if I go all the way across, it works every single time. Just remember, when you get to the games, you need to try the pattern all the way across. Make sure the pattern works all the way across. So step 2, we look for the pattern. I'm thinking that the pattern is adding 1 every time. All right, step 3, we're going to write a rule. So I added 1 to X. So right here, I added 1 to X. Every time I add 1 to X, I get my range, or my Y. So you should write down the function Y equals X plus 1. The last step is to write the rule. Okay, and just a quick review. The domain, King Xavier, my domain is 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are my numbers for my X and 5. Thank you. I was just testing you. You passed the test. My range would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, my Y values. Remember, guys, there are a couple different ways to represent a function. This is just a quick review. You can use words. You can use an equation. You can use a table, or you can use a graph. Several different ways to represent a function. All right, as always, you can view a copy of this podcast on Blackboard or on YouTube. Brian JP72, and check it out. We got an APB. That's what I'm talking about. We got the all points bulletin, baby, because Mr. Phillips is up to 15 subscribers and he's almost had 100 hits. So keep it up. I only have a couple more toes to count on. So if you've signed up, thank you very much. If you haven't signed up, shame on you. All points bulletin. They're coming to get you. If you haven't signed up, make sure you sign up. See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya.